Now, let's talk about a truly staggering number. Picture a strawberry, a single perfect ruby red jewel of a fruit. Got it? Good. Now, imagine enough of them to circle the Earth. A lot, right? Well, the world produces far more than that. Every single year, humanity collectively grows and harvests over 9.2 million tons of these delightful berries. That's a 9, followed by a 2, and then a whole lot of zeros. To put that into a perspective you can really sink your teeth into, that's the equivalent weight of about 1.3 million full-grown elephants. Or, if you prefer, it's like stacking up every single car in the state of Texas and then doing it again. It is, by any measure, a monumental mountain of fruit. This global obsession with the strawberry, or Fragaria X ananassa if you want to get scientific about it, is a relatively modern phenomenon. While wild strawberries have been around for ages, the big juicy ones we know and love are the result of some clever botanical matchmaking that happened a few centuries ago. Today, countries from the United States and Mexico to China and Spain dedicate vast landscapes to cultivating this single crop. The sheer scale of this operation is a testament to human ingenuity, agricultural science, and a shared worldwide craving for that perfect balance of sweet and tart that only a fresh strawberry can deliver. It's a global supply chain built on a very small, very delicious foundation. So how do we manage to produce such a colossal quantity of a fruit that is, let's be honest, famously delicate? It's not magic, though sometimes it feels like it. It's a carefully orchestrated dance of biology, technology, and sheer hard work. From the moment a patch of dirt is chosen to the second a berry lands in your shopping cart, there is a long and fascinating journey. This journey involves massive machines, microscopic organisms, dedicated human hands, and a deep understanding of what makes a plant happy. It's a process that has been refined over generations, constantly evolving to become more efficient, more productive, and capable of feeding our insatiable appetite for this beloved berry. Understanding this journey is key to appreciating the strawberry in your bowl. It's more than just a sweet treat. It's the final product of an incredible agricultural system. We're going to pull back the curtain on this system, step by step. We will explore how a barren field is transformed into a fruitful paradise. We will see the tiny but crucial role played by some of nature's smallest workers. And we will witness the blend of old-fashioned labor and cutting-edge robotics that makes it all possible. So grab a spoon, maybe some shortcake, and get ready. We're about to dive deep into the world of the mighty strawberry, and trust me, it's a sweet ride. Before a single strawberry plant can even dream of producing fruit, its future home needs some serious preparation. You can't just toss some seeds on the ground and hope for the best. No, creating the perfect strawberry bed is a science. First, farmers choose a field with good drainage and plenty of sun. Then, powerful tractors get to work. They pull massive plows and discs through the soil, breaking up compacted earth and churning it into a fine, loose texture. This isn't just for looks. It allows the delicate roots of the young strawberry plants to spread out easily, searching for the water and nutrients they'll need to thrive. Think of it as building a house. You need a solid, well-prepared foundation before you can put up the walls. Once the soil is tilled, the real engineering begins. Farmers use specialized machines called bed shapers. These amazing contraptions are pulled by tractors and do several jobs at once. They sculpt the loose soil into long, raised mounds or beds, which are typically about 8 to 10 inches high. These raised beds are critical because they keep the strawberry plant's crowns, the part where the leaves emerge, from getting waterlogged, which can lead to rot. As the machine shapes the bed, it often lays down drip irrigation tape right down the center. This is a thin tube with tiny holes that will deliver water directly to the plant's roots, which is a very efficient way to hydrate a crop without wasting a drop. But the bed shaper isn't done yet. In many modern farms, especially in places like California and Florida, the machine performs one more crucial task as it moves down the row. It covers the newly formed beds with a thin layer of plastic sheeting, a technique called plastic mulch. This plastic serves multiple purposes. It helps warm the soil, encouraging faster growth early in the season. It suppresses weeds which would otherwise compete with the strawberries for sunlight, water, and nutrients. It also helps keep the soil moisture from evaporating too quickly, and, importantly, it will keep the future berries clean by preventing them from resting directly on the soil. With the beds perfectly formed, covered, and irrigated, it's finally time to plant. This is another area where machines lend a helping hand. A specialized planter, sometimes called a water wheel transplanter, is used to make the process incredibly efficient. This machine punches holes through the plastic mulch at precise intervals. As it does, it often shoots a jet of water into each hole to moisten the soil. Workers sitting on the transplanter then simply place a small strawberry plant called a plug or a bare root start into each freshly made hole. This combination of mechanical precision and human dexterity allows a small crew to plant thousands of strawberry starts in a single day, setting the stage for a bountiful harvest. Once the strawberry plants are nestled in their neatly prepared beds, the next mission is to protect them. A farmer's field is a battlefield, and the enemies are numerous. These enemies come in all shapes and sizes, from microscopic fungi that can cause diseases like gray mold and powdery mildew to tiny insects like aphids and mites that suck the life out of the plants. If left unchecked, these pests and diseases can wipe out an entire crop, turning a potential profit into a devastating loss. Therefore, farmers must become vigilant guardians, constantly monitoring their fields for any sign of trouble and acting quickly to defend their precious plants from these relentless invaders. To combat these threats, farmers have a whole arsenal of tools at their disposal, a practice known as Integrated Pest Management, or IPM. This is a smart approach that combines multiple strategies. It starts with prevention, using disease-resistant strawberry varieties and maintaining healthy soil. But when pests or diseases do appear, farmers may need to intervene more directly. This often involves spraying the plants with fungicides or pesticides. Huge specialized tractors called sprayers, with long booms that can stretch across multiple rows at once, are used to apply these treatments. These machines are designed to deliver a very fine, even mist that covers every leaf and stem, ensuring the protective compounds get exactly where they need to go. The technology behind this protection is constantly getting smarter. Modern sprayers are equipped with GPS guidance systems to ensure they don't miss any spots or spray the same area twice, which saves money and reduces the amount of chemicals used in the environment. Some advanced systems even use sensors that can detect which plants are stressed or showing signs of disease, allowing for targeted spraying. This means the farmer only treats the problem areas instead of blanketing the entire field. This precision agriculture is better for the environment, better for the farm's bottom line, and ultimately better for the consumer who gets to enjoy healthy, delicious strawberries. Furthermore, the battle isn't just fought with chemicals. Many growers are increasingly using biological controls. This is like hiring a microscopic army to fight for you. For example, they might release beneficial insects like ladybugs, which are natural predators of aphids. Or they might introduce specific types of fungi or bacteria into the soil that attack the harmful pathogens that cause root diseases. This holistic approach, combining careful monitoring, precise technology, and nature's own defense mechanisms, is the key to successfully protecting millions of acres of strawberries, ensuring they grow up strong, healthy, and ready for harvest. After all the hard work of preparing the soil, planting, and protecting the crop, the strawberry plants reach a critical stage. They begin to flower. Each plant produces delicate white or pinkish blossoms, and each one of these flowers is a potential strawberry. But for that potential to be realized, something very important has to happen. Pollen, the fine yellowish powder from the male part of the flower, the anther, must be transferred to the female part of the flower, the stigma. This process is called pollination, and without it, you simply don't get a berry. You might get a small, misshapen nub, but not the plump, juicy fruit we all crave. Now, strawberries are technically capable of pollinating themselves with a little help from the wind, but the results are often disappointing. For a strawberry to become perfectly formed, large, and symmetrical, it needs to be thoroughly pollinated. Every single one of the tiny seeds you see on the outside of a strawberry, which are actually the true fruits called achenes, comes from a single grain of pollen. To get a big, beautiful berry, hundreds of these grains must be evenly distributed across the flower's stigma. This is a job that the wind is just not very good at. It requires a far more precise and dedicated workforce. This is where nature's master matchmakers come in, the pollinators. Chief among them is the humble honeybee. Strawberry farmers know just how vital these insects are. To ensure their fields are properly pollinated, many growers rent beehives. Beekeepers will bring truckloads of hives to the edge of the strawberry fields just as the flowers begin to open. The bees then get to work, flying from blossom to blossom, day in and day out. As they forage for nectar to make honey, their fuzzy bodies become covered in pollen. When they visit the next flower, some of that pollen rubs off, achieving the perfect pollination that is essential for a high-quality crop. But honeybees aren't the only ones doing this important work. A whole host of native pollinators, including bumblebees, solitary bees, and even certain types of flies and beetles, also contribute to the cause. A diverse team of pollinators is actually better than just one type, as different insects have different behaviors and can ensure that every part of every flower gets the attention it needs. This bustling, buzzing activity in the strawberry field is a perfect example of a beautiful symbiotic relationship. The plants provide food for the insects, and in return, the insects ensure the plants can produce the fruit that we, in turn, get to enjoy. It's a vital and delicious collaboration. When you think of strawberries in the United States, you should be thinking of one state above all others: California. The Golden State is the undisputed king of strawberry production, growing nearly 90% of all the strawberries consumed in the country. The state's unique climate, with its mild sunny days and cool nights, provides the perfect growing conditions. From the coastal fields of Watsonville and Salinas to the southern regions near Oxnard, vast landscapes are dedicated to this single, lucrative crop. This massive output means that Americans can find fresh strawberries in their grocery stores almost year-round, a luxury made possible by California's agricultural might. But here's the conundrum. Despite all the advanced technology we've seen in planting and protecting the crop, when it comes time for the most critical step, the harvest, the process suddenly becomes very low-tech. The vast majority of these millions of tons of strawberries are picked not by machine, but by hand. A strawberry is a diva of the fruit world. It's incredibly delicate and bruises easily. It doesn't ripen all at once. A single plant will have green berries, white flowers, and ripe red fruit all at the same time. A human harvester has the judgment and gentle touch needed to select only the perfectly ripe berries, leaving the others to mature for a later picking. The people who perform this demanding work are skilled agricultural laborers, many of whom are migrant workers from Mexico and Central America. The work is incredibly strenuous. It involves spending long hours bent over or kneeling, moving systematically down long rows under the hot sun. Workers must be fast, careful, and discerning. They quickly identify the ripe berries by their uniform, glossy red color, gently pinch the stem between their thumb and forefinger, and place the berry carefully into a plastic clamshell container. This process is repeated thousands of times a day by each worker, filling tray after tray with the fragile fruit. This reliance on manual labor is both a strength and a challenge for the industry. It's a strength because nothing can yet match the quality of a hand-picked strawberry. The human eye and hand can ensure that only the best fruit makes it into the package. However, it's a challenge because this labor is becoming increasingly scarce and expensive. The work is physically taxing, and finding enough people willing and able to do it is a constant struggle for growers. This pressure is what's driving an intense search for a technological solution, pushing innovators to build a machine that can finally replicate the gentle, discerning touch of the human hand. The challenge of harvesting strawberries has inspired a new generation of inventors and engineers. They are racing to build the holy grail of agricultural technology, a fully autonomous robotic strawberry harvester. While human hands still dominate the fields, the machines are coming, and they are getting smarter every year. One of the first steps in this evolution has been the introduction of semi-automated harvesting aids. These aren't robots that pick the fruit, but rather systems that make the human pickers more efficient and comfortable. Imagine long canopy-covered platforms that slowly move down the rows, almost like a moving assembly line in the field. These conveyor-like systems, sometimes called strawberry pickers, allow workers to lie down on padded beds in the shade instead of constantly bending over. As the machine glides over the strawberry beds, the workers can reach down, pick the ripe berries, and place them directly onto a conveyor belt that runs in front of them. The belt then transports the berries to a central station on the platform, where another worker inspects and packs them. This reduces the physical strain on the pickers, allowing them to work faster and for longer periods. It's a bridge technology, blending human skill with mechanical assistance to improve the efficiency and ergonomics of the harvest. But the ultimate goal is full automation. Companies around the world are developing sophisticated robots designed to do the entire job. These robots look like something out of a science fiction movie. They are equipped with advanced three-dimensional cameras and computer vision systems that use artificial intelligence to scan the plants. The AI can identify which berries are ripe based on their size, shape, and, most importantly, their exact color. It can distinguish a perfectly ripe berry from one that needs another day or two on the vine, and it can even spot and avoid fruit with signs of damage or disease. This visual acuity is the key to matching the judgment of a human picker. Once a ripe berry is identified, the robot deploys a delicate robotic arm. At the end of the arm is a specialized gripper. Some use soft silicone fingers to gently grasp the berry, while others use a tiny cutting mechanism to snip the stem with surgical precision. The arm then carefully places the berry into a container. Some of these robots are even designed to work at night, using their own lights, to take advantage of cooler temperatures when the berries are firmer and less prone to bruising. While these machines are still very expensive and not yet as fast as a human crew, they represent the future. For now, they work alongside human teams, but their role is destined to grow, ensuring the strawberry harvest can continue even as the human labor force changes. The moment a strawberry is picked, the clock starts ticking. This delicate fruit has a very short shelf life, so the post-harvest process is a race against time. The journey from the field to your fridge is a masterpiece of logistics and refrigeration known as the cold chain. It all begins right there on the farm. As workers pick the berries and place them into the familiar plastic clamshells, those clamshells are placed onto flat trays. When a tray is full, it's taken to a packing station located at the edge of the field. Here the berries are checked one last time for quality and weight before a lid is snapped on the clamshell and a label is applied. The next step is absolutely critical: cooling. The filled trays are quickly loaded onto a truck and taken to a nearby cooling facility. Berries picked under a warm sun are full of what's called field heat, and this heat must be removed as rapidly as possible to slow down the ripening and decaying process. The most common method is called forced air cooling. Pallets stacked high with strawberry trays are placed in a refrigerated room, and powerful fans pull cold, moist air directly through the containers. This can bring the core temperature of the berries down from over 70 degrees Fahrenheit to a chilly 34 degrees in just about an hour, effectively putting the berries to sleep. Once chilled, the strawberries are ready for their long journey. They are loaded into refrigerated trucks, often called reefers, which are essentially giant refrigerators on wheels. These trucks are set to maintain that constant chilly temperature for the entire trip, whether it's a few hours to a local distribution center or a few days across the country. For international shipments, the process is the same but on a larger scale. The chilled pallets are loaded into refrigerated shipping containers, which are then placed on cargo ships, or, for the most time-sensitive deliveries, on cargo planes. This unbroken chain of cold is the only thing that allows a strawberry picked in California to be enjoyed fresh in New York, Tokyo, or London. When the strawberries arrive at a regional distribution center, they are unloaded, still in their cold environment, and then sorted for delivery to individual grocery stores. More refrigerated trucks then take them on the final leg of their journey. The store receives them and immediately places them in their own refrigerated displays. From the moment it was picked to the moment you place it in your shopping cart, the strawberry has been kept in a carefully controlled, cold environment. Breaking this cold chain, even for a short time, can dramatically shorten the fruit's life. It is a massive, invisible effort that makes our global strawberry habit possible. Not every strawberry is destined for the fresh market. A significant portion of the harvest, especially berries that might be slightly misshapen, too small, or too ripe for the long journey in a clamshell, is sent to processing plants. These are the berries that will become frozen strawberries, pie fillings, ice cream toppings, and of course classic strawberry jam. At the factory, the journey from fresh fruit to preserved delight begins with a thorough cleaning. The berries are loaded onto a conveyor belt and pass through powerful jets of water to wash away any remaining field dust or dirt. This is often followed by a sanitizing rinse to ensure they are perfectly clean. After washing, the berries move on to sorting and preparation. This is often done by a combination of machines and people. An optical sorter, a high-tech machine with cameras and jets of air, can automatically detect and remove any unripe berries, leaves, or other debris that might have slipped through. Human workers then do a final quality check and perform the essential task of hulling, which is removing the green leafy cap, or calyx, from each strawberry. For jam making, the hulled berries are then sent to be crushed or pureed, breaking them down to release their juice and pulp, which is the perfect starting point for creating a smooth, spreadable preserve. Now comes the cooking, which is where the real science of jam making happens. The crushed strawberries are pumped into massive, steam-jacketed kettles made of stainless steel. These kettles can cook hundreds of gallons at a time. Sugar is added, and not just for sweetness. Sugar is a crucial preservative. It draws water out of the fruit and any potential spoilage microbes, making the environment inhospitable for them. Pectin, a natural gelling agent found in many fruits, is also added. Strawberries are naturally low in pectin, so adding a little extra ensures the jam will set to that perfect, thick consistency. The mixture is then heated to a precise temperature, usually around 220 degrees Fahrenheit, which activates the pectin and kills any remaining bacteria. Once the jam has reached the perfect consistency and temperature, it's time for bottling. The hot jam is piped directly to a bottling line, where automated fillers squirt the precise amount into clean, sterilized glass jars. A machine immediately places a lid on each jar and seals it tightly. This process, known as hot filling, creates a vacuum seal as the jam cools, which provides another layer of protection against spoilage. The sealed jars are then passed through a stream of cooling water, labeled, packed into boxes, and sent off to warehouses, ready to be shipped to stores. It's a highly controlled scientific process that transforms a perishable fruit into a shelf-stable product that can be enjoyed for months or even years. As we've seen, the journey of a strawberry from a tiny plant to a treat in your kitchen is a story of remarkable collaboration. It is not a simple tale of nature versus machine or of old ways versus new. Instead, it is a complex and beautiful partnership where biology, human labor, and sophisticated technology all play indispensable roles. From the very beginning, it's a team effort. The farmer, armed with scientific knowledge of soil and plant health, works with powerful machines to sculpt the land, creating the ideal environment for the crop to flourish. These machines are not replacing the farmer's skill. They are amplifying it, allowing one person to manage a scale of production that would have been unimaginable a century ago. Then, nature's own team of specialists joins the effort. The bees and other pollinators arrive to perform their delicate and essential dance among the blossoms. They are the irreplaceable link between the flower and the fruit. Without their tireless work, the fields would be largely barren, regardless of how well the soil was prepared or how carefully the plants were watered. This reminds us that even in our high-tech world, agriculture is fundamentally a biological process. We depend on these natural systems, and smart farming practices work to support and enhance them, ensuring these vital pollinators have a healthy environment in which to do their job. When the fruit is ripe, the partnership shifts. The irreplaceable judgment and gentle touch of human hands become the star of the show, especially in the vast fields of California. Skilled workers perform a task that, for now, remains beyond the full grasp of automation. Yet, technology is always there to assist. Semi-automated aids make the work less taxing, and innovative robots are beginning to work alongside human crews, learning to master this difficult task. This blend of human dexterity and emerging robotics represents the cutting edge of agriculture, a dynamic space where tradition and innovation work hand in hand to solve modern challenges. Finally, from the moment of harvest, technology takes the lead once again. The cold chain, a global network of refrigerated trucks, warehouses, and ships, is a purely technological marvel that extends the life of this perishable fruit. In the factory, science and engineering transform berries into preserved goods that can be enjoyed all year. So the next time you bite into a fresh strawberry or spread a spoonful of jam on your toast, take a moment to appreciate the incredible team that brought it to you. It's a team of farmers, scientists, pollinators, field workers, engineers, and truck drivers, a perfect partnership of people, nature, and technology, all working together to deliver one of life's simplest, sweetest pleasures.